today. So every day we start fresh because we can't affect the past, but we damn sure can make a difference today.
Welcome to episode 90 of Shop Talk. It's Kari.
And Jennifer.
And this week we wanted to cover an episode of For the People with Britt Robertson in it. And we know it's been a while since we had a new episode, but with summer in full swing, our schedule will continue to change as time goes on. But I mean, we covered a couple episodes, or we watched a couple episodes rather, for this. So hopefully it might convince you guys to check it out. But
it's a really good show. I did not I don't know what I had expectations for going in, but it was really good. So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's also a Shondaland show, and I did not know that until we had looked it up. But so that's interesting.
Yeah.
Some news that we have to start off with. I mean, I think as every rookie fan knows, if you're on Twitter, Eric was in Monaco a few weeks ago for Father's Day weekend, but also, during Father's Day weekend for the TV festival in Monte Carlo. The pictures, videos that came out from that were amazing. I mean, we had a few other celebrities that we like that were also there, and they did have a little bit more like screen time than we had seen. Like interviews, panels, all that. But Eric definitely had a couple of panels that he was in. So
because there were quite a few fans that actually got to go and meet him and watch the panels, which was super cool. I was really jealous of that. So
I know one of our followers and a big rookie fan, Ricardo, was there because she was sending us videos and pictures of the other celebrities that we like over DM. So that was really cool. But when they go to Monaco and do that stuff. And then I'm like, cool. Can we have it more? With more of the cast members, please.
More festivals in general. For them would be fun. But I mean, we do have Family Feud to look forward to. It's coming July 9th, so pretty soon. That's just the premiere date for Celebrity Family Feud's new season. It's not necessarily the rookie episode. So we'll be sure to update you guys if it ever comes out, or if you guys find it and send it to us of when the rookie versus the Rookie Feds cast episode comes out. But I mean, it's a fun show too to watch for summer. So
the promo alone when Niecy's like, oh my god, is me all the time. So I don't know, because I didn't follow anything else about Family Feud and who's gonna be on that, but they filmed it kind of close to when the writer's strike started, so I feel they're probably end of the season, but then again they could have filmed all out of order. But I was thinking, wouldn't it be really cool if their Family Feud, Celebrity Family Feud episode aired during Chenford Week, which is in the middle of July? That would be so cool.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But I don't know. So we'll have to see. And then speaking of the writer's strike, it's still going on. There's no news about Feds yet. But I did see an article about 2 weeks ago where Deadline reported on the Rookie Feds and other ABC shows that are still in limbo. I think there's 2 other shows that are still in limbo. And they said with the strike, they likely won't make a decision yet. However, cast options, so basically the actors that are on hold for the job for broadcast shows generally expire at the end of June. So if ABC is still keen to keep any of these shows, they have to make a decision before that expiration or extend the cast, which could be kind of a bummer. I mean,
I would, if they're leaning in a positive direction, then I would assume, since it's coming up on the end of the month, that they'd get extensions, but I know that can be complicated.
I don't know. I just I don't want to speak it out into existence, but I feel with the way that things are now, it could be one of those where it's okay, Rookie Feds happened and then it's just a product of the strike. The strike just went on for a while, they couldn't keep the cast, and it just ended because of that. I don't know, like almost like how Lisette was on PD. Like she was almost like a product of the pandemic, like Vanessa Rojas leaving.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't want that to happen. I really don't.
Yeah, I'd rather not. I already lost Big Sky for ABC, so I'd rather not lose another one. I don't know. I've never had to wait this long for a show, ever in my life. So
especially one that was reported to have been doing good.
Right.
Like, I don't know, kind of weird, but it is what it is. So yeah.
And then last but not least, Dylan Conrique has continued to release new music, so be sure to check that out. She's posted like teasers and stuff on her social media. So
yes, she's keeping us entertained during this strike. So
definitely.
I mean, as our other shows and like Celebrity Family Feud and like the game shows and reality competitions and stuff happening during the summers. But and then as a reminder, he said Ayadiho is still coming out with new episodes. I'm so behind on listening to those. I've not had a chance to catch up. I don't know if you have, but I did hear some snippets of them and they're hilarious as usual.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we will just go ahead and jump right into the episode. So for the people, the like overall synopsis is that it's set in the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York, aka the Mother Court. For the people follows 6 talented young lawyers working on opposite sides of the law and handling the most high profile and high stakes federal cases in the country. It's in the legal drama genre, and it aired from 2018 to 2019 for 2 seasons, and it was like a mid-season premiere for both of those seasons. So there's like 20 episodes in total. And it stars Britt Robertson, Jasmine Savoy Brown, Wassam Kish. I probably just butchered that name, but if you know Jay in Law and Order Organized Crime.
I think
Jay was his name in For the People.
I want to say Malachi.
Malachi, yeah. He's in Organized Crime. That's where you had recognized him from. And then Hope Davis, I'm gonna butcher this name too, but he's the guy from Bridgerton, Reen John Page, something like that. Totally butchered that one. I just know him from Bridgerton because everyone loves that show. Susanna Flood, Ben Rappaport, Ben Shankman, Vondi Curtis Hall, and Anna Devere Smith are all in it. Which, fun fact, Vondi Curtis Hall is also in an Alexi Hawley show, The Recruit, that's on Netflix. So yeah, he was in like 8 episodes of that. I found that on my deep dive last night. So yeah. And then do you want to take us through the pilot synopsis?
Yes, this is obviously where we're meeting everyone. So federal public defenders Sandra Bell, Allison Adams, and Jay Simmons go head to head with AUSA's Seth Oliver, Leonard Knox, and Kate Littlejohn on high-profile cases under the watchful eyes of their bosses, Jill Carlson and attorney Roger Gunn. With high stakes at work, their professional and personal lives begin to blur, but at what cost? So,
and then this second episode that we're going to cover is 109, titled Extraordinary Circumstances. And it basically just says Sandra goes the extra mile for her client by going up against the FBI. Roger assigns Kate, Seth, and Leonard to work on a highly sensitive case after receiving a tip alleging that the governor of New York is trying to illegally sell a seat in the Senate. So both good episodes. We got to see Sandra, who is Britt's character, shine in both of these episodes, which is why we're covering it. But yeah, I mean, we'll say it multiple times throughout this episode, I'm sure, but this was a really good show. So not just because of Britt, but yeah, you guys should go and binge it if you can. So take us through some of your thoughts. So,
I mean, I like when I first sat down to watch it, I was like, oh, okay, this is like a lot of people to keep track of because like the little, I don't know what to call it, like feature image or whatever, like would only show like a few of them, depending on what you know, outlet you were using to watch it. So I wasn't really realizing that there were like 6 in total. Like and then opposing sides. I mean, obviously I knew that there were opposing sides. I just didn't, like I said, didn't realize there were that many characters. But they do a nice job of keeping you like up to date on which case each team member is working on, or if they're pairing up, or if, you know, who's squaring off with who. Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, like just the fact that they had public defenders like reminded me of Wesley from The Rookie. So not that the like, and the prosecutors did not remind me like they're not corrupt like Monica was on The Rookie, but just, you know, that like that rivalry in a way kind of reminded me of the kind of somewhat friendly rivalry that the FPDs had with the AUSAs.
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely similar to like every other legal drama, like Law and Orders and The Good Wife and stuff like that. So
yeah. And then, I mean, I think that Britt Robertson's character like dresses similarly to Laura Stenson on Beds. So I mean, that was kind of fun. I don't know, just like it's like Britt is so not like her characters in real life, you know, like she seems so easygoing and everything, and like her characters are usually kind of like by the book, at least in these like, you know, authoritative, like, you know, procedural type roles that she has. So it's just kind of, I don't know, just kind of funny that they had her dress very similar as well. I wasn't, like I had mentioned earlier before we started recording, I wasn't really expecting it to be funny or to have little moments of humor, just because all I know of Shondaland shows are tears and people dying. Like I mean, there are some funny moments, I guess. Like I've seen some of Grey's Anatomy, but like the main core of those kinds of shows is not comedy. Like it's definitely, you know, it's not like you know, it's not like quite as funny as like, you know, The Rookie is or anything, but it's like certain dynamics that For the People had kind of reminded me of The Rookie in a sense, because they still had like an ensemble cast and everything like that. And I don't know, I mean, I just thought it was cool that they filmed in New York City, because I had just visited earlier this month, and I was like, I walked past the same courthouse that they used and like the Brooklyn Bridge, like I had finally walked on there, and so I was like, oh, that's so fun. Like I was geeking out over that. So I don't know, I mean, like the specific case episodes, ironically, that we decided to cover had Sandra Bell, like Britt's character, going against the FBI in one way or another. And so it's just, you know, it's just kind of, I don't know if ironic's the word. I mean, I guess it is, that, you know, that now she's playing an FBI agent on The Rookie Feds. Because like in the pilot, the case was against the FBI, and then in 109, she's facing off against a couple FBI agents trying to get justice for her client. So it's like she went from the FBI being the adversary for her character to now her character on Feds could be seen as an adversary.
Yeah.
In some people's eyes. So I don't know. I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like maybe Britt plays characters. I feel like Kevin had said that at one point. Like he tries to play characters that are not like him, like in real life. Like he tries to play different, like people that he wouldn't, or personalities that he wouldn't normally like entertain. So I feel like maybe Britt's like that too.
Yeah. Because even if she's not like a by the book character, like her character on Big Sky, for example, was so like intense and kind of like a little crazy at times, like just kind of just like unhinged
Yeah.
in a way that she is also doesn't appear to be. So
Yeah.
it's like just very, very different from her.
We have to cover an episode or two of Big Sky that she was in, because I
I'm
watched
telling
like
you.
half of one episode and then never went back to it. So
You'll just be like, you'll just be like, what the hell did she make me watch? Like it's nuts at times.
no, I won't ask that. I won't ask that. I didn't ask that when you told me to watch The Rookie. So
That's true.
yeah. Yeah, so for some of my general thoughts on the episodes, I mean, I liked the show. Like I loved it. I thought that it was going to be a lot heavier with the legal jargon and everything, but it really wasn't. It was easy to follow. I loved how we followed the characters from beginning to end. Like their storylines for the most part, like their cases wrapped up at the end of each episode. And I like how they each kind of had like their own episode, like both or people on both sides kind of had like their main time to shine, I guess, in the episode. So yeah, so that was, and they still entangled the other characters. And I mean 109, like, you know, with all of the Sandra stuff, like they still entangled Allison in, and then they entangled Jay in, and so it was nice to see that. And I love that we learned more about the characters, and it was just like season 1, like we had learned more about Sandra, and like we had learned about Leonard's family, and it was just nice to kind of see like getting that backstory early on. And yeah. But I don't know like what I was expecting for the show. I mean, I don't know. I guess I was, not that I like want it all the time, but I was kind of like waiting for more sexy time scenes. Like I felt like there was sexual tension there with the characters and like them working closely. But like I was waiting for that. I was like, okay, when is someone like gonna hook up or like kiss in, you know, the heat of the moment? But I mean, I guess I mean more of that with like Kate and Leonard. Like I was kind of expecting that with them, and it seemed like they were gonna hint to go that way, and then they didn't. But yeah, I mean, not that like we need sexual tension, and not that we need like all those, you know, will they, won't they moments, but yeah, I mean, I am kind of glad that it wasn't just focused on that, but I was kind of like waiting for something to happen. And then after finding out that it was a Shondaland show, I'm like, okay, now I'm really surprised that there wasn't any of that, but maybe it's in season 2. I just started season 2, so
I know there's more because there's like a new character that's introduced.
Yeah.
So there's like more possibility for that.
Yeah. I mean, we did have it with Kate, and like spoiler alert, like she hooks up with a woman. So that was nice to see, one, because of representation, but also two, like, you know, we kind of got to see it in a different way. But yeah, so I guess I was just like, they kind of hinted, I felt like more with the sexual tension and stuff between Kate and Leonard. So I think I was expecting it with them. But yeah, so and then I found like pretty much all the storylines and cases in season 1 interesting. Like, you know how some shows their season 1 kind of drags along, they're trying to like keep you interested, but they're also trying to find their footing. I didn't feel like that was the case for the people. Maybe it was because I was binging it, so I was watching it like in sequence. Wasn't having to wait like a week.
Well, that, and it's like you only have 10 episodes, so it's like,
yeah,
you know, it's like mid-season, they kind of have enough time to really like plan it out, I'm sure.
Right. Yeah, and there's not as many breaks, like whereas with The Rookie at the back half of season 5, it was like a bunch of breaks. So yeah, and I don't know, I feel like it just captivated me, which can be hard to do for like a law or procedural show, but again, could have been because I was binging it, and there's only 10 episodes too, so it was just very much like they didn't have time to draw things out. But yeah, similar to Kari, I liked how they introduced all 6 of them at first, and I liked how they just kind of like the first shot was them rushing into the courthouse.
Mhm.
Like we didn't know who they were. We didn't know what side of the law they were on.
Mhm.
You know, they were all just kind of like sitting down, and then like we kind of see Sandra and like Kate like go head to head at first, which was interesting. But I was also like, my girl Sandra can like hold her own, because it's Britt. So yeah. But it was nice to kind of see that, and then even just how they like split them up was cool.
Mhm.
And you know, kind of like grouped them off to, you know, what they were doing and all that. So,
Mhm.
and I love how we had one solid female friendship on the show, and then like male and female friendships on the show. I
Mhm.
also loved how Seth and Allison like tried to remain friends after they,
Yeah.
you know, broke up and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it literally just like their relationship like imploded.
Yeah. Literally first day.
Yeah, and it was like I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean they tried. They tried their darndest.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, obviously, like we know that men and women can just be friends, but it's nice to see it on screen too. And I feel like we saw that with like Jay and Kate somewhat, you know, he was a little more afraid of her, but we saw it with like Jay and Sandra and Jay and
Mhm.
Allison. So yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
And again, like I know I'm surprised. I know that I said I'm surprised by the lack of sexy time scenes, but then again, it might just be because it was season 1, not season 2. But I am truly glad that they didn't just focus on that. Like it needed to be a foundation for them to build these characters up.
Yeah.
And I think that's like mostly what season 1s are usually about. So
Yeah. Well, that and they were like booked and busy. Like
yeah,
the characters, like goodness, they like some of them didn't even like go home
right.
at times. They like literally sleep in their
Yeah.
offices. So like
As the season went on, Britt's character was like sitting on the floor of her office. Did you also catch that she carries all of her things in a bag?
yes.
Yeah. I was like, okay. I hope that we get more into that. And we kind of did, but not totally. So
Yeah.
yeah.
There were some things I was like, Sandra Bell is me. If I were a lawyer, that would be me.
Yeah.
Like just being early, like needing to have things a certain way.
Mhm.
Like I am so perfectionistic like that. So
Yeah. But we did find some like Chenford stat list Brenson parallels. So yeah, so we can go through those now. Do you want to take us away?
yeah, so I mean the most obvious thing for me was just the fact that like Seth and Allison had a romantic relationship while they were working, even though it didn't, go as well. It definitely didn't go where I was expecting it to go. Um, it just, like it's similar to Jennifer's workplace romance scenario, and we got to see how work affected Seth and Allison down the line. So it's kind of similar to how, things kind of started to seep in from, work life for Chenford, like with their schedules and things. Yeah, so there was that there. I don't really know. I mean, Jennifer, you had kind of covered it a little bit with like the like tension between characters and stuff. Um, but just kind of like I don't know, like Kate and Leonard kind of reminded me of like Lopez in a way, just with how like
Yeah.
cutthroat and like sassy they were. But then also like Roger and Jill, because like they alluded to them like, hanging out and like, are they,
Yeah.
like not really defining the relationship, but like I don't know, just, like it just kind of depends on like the duo or like the couple like in the
Yeah.
episode that you're watching. But like I don't know, I guess like in 109 of For the People, I could kind of see Chenford relating to Kate and Leonard with like keeping secrets from each other or being awkward about, oh, this person's dating someone new. It's kind of similar to how Chenford was with each other when they were with Chris and Ashley at the
Yeah.
time. And then listen, I mean, in the pilot, I almost thought like Sandra and Leonard would have something because they were just like at each other's throats like day one.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. Like, I don't know if it was like enemy, whatever, like very much an enemy status for them. But no, it didn't go there. But it just
I
kind of
can see that
reminded
though.
me of how like Laura and Mark were. The
Mhm.
like first time we saw them together, it's just like literally them arguing, and
Yeah.
no one else would have to be in the room because they would just continue to argue.
I feel like they
Um,
almost tried to like hint at Leonard with some of the females a few
yeah.
times.
Hmm.
And I was kind of like, okay, why aren't we going here with that one? And I wonder if they knew that he was going to leave or something, knew that the actor was going to leave and just didn't want to set that up.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, yeah, because Leonard leaves.
Yeah.
We're giving all the spoilers in this episode. But yeah, so I don't know, because I thought that too, like at first I was like, okay, that's interesting, but also just
Yeah.
the way that he like cut in front of her to get in, I was like, okay, Sandra,
Yeah.
like he's your enemy right now.
Yeah.
So
Hmm. Yeah. Totally. And then I don't know, just like Jay coming to rescue Sandra totally reminded me of like Brendan and Mark rescuing Laura a bit in like Feds in a way. But also like literally why are almost all of Britt's characters like thrown around or tied up by people? I don't understand it. Like it needs to not happen. It upsets me because she's so tiny and little. Like, why are we doing that
you're the
to her
Britt Robertson
characters?
defense squad.
Yeah, like goodness gracious. Um, yeah, well that and just like yeah, her characters just seem to be like put through the ringer
Mm-hmm.
for the most part on the good majority of her shows that she's been in. Which is like
Yeah,
I'm sure cool as like an actor to play that, but
right.
I was just always like, oh geez, like another time she's has to deal with all this like
Yeah,
crap.
yeah.
So
No, 109 was really good because we just got to learn more about her. And
yeah.
yeah, that's like if you want to watch the show just for Brit, that is like the episode so
Yeah, well,
far to
because like
watch.
it was like good when she was like, well, when she was opening up to like Jay about like her mom and stuff. It like reminded me of how like Laura opened up to Brendan a little bit when she
Hmm.
had the rift with Katie, like towards the beginning of Feds. There's
Yeah,
like there are like some like vulnerable moments mixed in there. Just like
yeah,
there's little bits of humor mixed in to for the people. There's like some moments of vulnerability.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it was good.
So my parallels are kind of to Chenford, kind of to Feds, kind of just like all over the place. Yeah, so I had the workplace romance and tension with Chenford, Lopez, sometimes and Brendan and Antoinette, Statless, and then the Bro TP partnerships. Like I just kind of saw all of that like playing a part in For the People.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's pretty much in any show too, just because like they have to have some kind of drama and romance. But yeah, so and then not so much of a Chenford parallel, but like you had said, Kate and Leonard kind of reminded you of Angela and Wesley, but
Mhm.
Kate reminded me of Angela and Nyla like combined because she had her sass, she had low tolerance for BS, like she
Oh
didn't want
yeah.
people in her office. She was like, what is going on so that you can like get out and leave?
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
No,
she was a whole mood.
my favorite thing that she did was in the pilot where she was like, now is this something that you could go look up yourself and decided not to? And then then
Uh-huh.
like Seth like recoils and is like, this is something I can go look up myself.
Yeah.
Like she just immediately was just like, nobody is coming in here and
Hmm.
bothering you right now, especially a man. Like
Yeah.
she just had no time for it.
And then the way that like anyone who went up against her after Jay, he was like, "Oh, good luck. Like I'm afraid of her now." It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
sounds about right. I would be too, honestly.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was nice. And then I even liked how we learned more about like her past with like her field trip and like how she didn't get to go visit the White House and like she really wanted to and everything.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was really nice. And then Sandra Sass and Grit, I mean, obviously it's the same as Laura's. One, because like it's the same actress, but like I just love that Britt brings that to both characters. And like you were saying before, like it just doesn't seem like that's Britt's personality, like
No, she seems so
off screen.
easygoing.
So it's nice
Yeah.
that like it's cool that she taps into that. And
Mhm.
it's not like half-assed, I guess. At least it doesn't seem like that to us. So, and then I love how Sandra just seems like more human. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. I guess, again, we've only had one season of Feds, so like we can't totally know everything about Laura yet. But like, I don't know. I guess they just built more out in Sandra in season one of For the People. Like, she took on a pro bono case, and like, you know, she kind of related to her clients, or at least tried to like get down on their level more. And that kind of made her a little bit more human. Laura does too. Like, Laura seems human too, but I don't know. I feel like in the first season, we just saw more of Sandra's like feelings and personal life more than we did of Laura's and Feds. But it could be because, you know, she's FBI and Feds, so she can't be like, she can't have that humility really. And yeah, I think some of the reason that we saw Sandra's humility and like everything come through is one, due to the cases, but also due to her friendship with Allison. Like, if we could have something similar to that for Laura, like a female friendship that's more than just like an episode with Simone, would be great.
That's on my like wish list.
Yeah. I had something else for my wish list. Okay, I remember it. I'll say it later. But yeah, not a parallel to Jennifer, but like a parallel to the Rookie and Rookie Feds more so. But like, this show, one, had a great cast, but also had great guest stars. Like a couple that we later saw in the Rookie universe. I mean, they had Michael Beach in one. He was like towards the end of the season one. We had Derek Phillips, who Britt's character Sandra actually went up against as part of the FBI, which was really cool. Again, you know, Ray Jean Page from Bridgerton. We had Charles Michael Davis in the last episode. He was from Younger in Chicago PD. And then again, Bondi Curtis Hall, like he's in the Recruit that Alexi Hawley has done, but like he's also in other stuff too. So yeah. And that was all just in season one. I haven't gotten to season 2 yet. So yeah. But I love when a show has good guest stars and just an overall really good cast. Like it's like, oh, I know I've seen him before and I've seen them before and all that. So
yeah. I couldn't believe they had Thomas Lennon on For the People.
Wait, who was that?
He's like an actor in a lot of different like movies, usually plays like funny characters or like kind of sidekick characters.
Wait, who did he play?
He was one of Sandra's clients. I can't remember what episode.
The Superman guy?
I think so.
The guy who thought he was Superman?
In costume a lot, then
yeah, he was funny. I thought that was the guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I obviously did not pay attention that good enough right then. So,
but yeah, I mean, there are just like lots of different guest stars and like different people.
Yeah, again, it's a really good show. If you're looking for something to watch over hiatus, definitely check it out. So yeah. What about your wish list for Jennifer, Laura, Rookie Feds universe, like all that?
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, with all the baseball references and For the People, which that also surprised me. It just made me want Jennifer to go to a baseball game together, like that much more. To be honest, I mean, I know we got them like coaching the Little League and whatnot, but I'm just like, I want the whole like 9 yards, like baseball game date for them.
Honestly, just the baseball reference and game for any of them, like any of the ships, friendships, romantic ships, anything.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I'm here for it.
And then like I don't know, because like in 109 anyway, we saw like Roger and Jill like skipped out on the seminar and like just hung out all day and went around town, and like I kind of just want Jennifer to do that, like one day where they can do whatever the heck they want, no work interruptions, like just kind of, and like we actually get to like see it in an episode. Yeah, so that was something I kind of like. As Jennifer had mentioned earlier, like the female friendship aspect for Laura on Feds, I want more of that. because like I absolutely adored Allison's friendship with Sandra on For the
Yeah.
People. I mean, yeah, so like I don't know, more of like, Laura and Simone, or like even, Laura and Antoinette hanging out. Like I don't know, just like something. Like
Yeah.
um yeah, that would be that would be fun. And then literally not even related, but as soon as I put Laura and Antoinette hanging out, I was like, oh, and another Brenson. Wow, no. Brendan, Antoinette / Statler double date night. Even though that has nothing to do with
Yes.
For the People, really. I need that.
Yeah, but it needs to end better than it did
Oh,
the
for
last
sure.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the wish list items that I had for them. Well, one, I don't know. I kind of, after watching this episode, I kind of want to see the feds like characters go up against to lawyers. Like, I don't know how that would play out, but it kind of came to me after watching 109, where it was like Sandra going up against the feds and like, kind of uncovering that. I would like to kind of see that for the rookie feds. I mean, even really the rookie, like, I mean, we saw that one episode where John had to like go to court, and that was the Fallout episode, like in the
I was gonna say like them like
bunker.
going to court, maybe like you could see
Yeah.
feds like having to testify or something.
Yeah. I mean, not necessarily them like going up against like the state or anything, but like them just having to testify. And it wouldn't even have to be all the time, just like one time or two is fine. But yeah, so, and then just seeing more of how they navigate their relationships at work. Like we saw some of it last season with Chenford, and we kind of see it a little bit with Lopez, but not that much. I think that's honestly just because they're not both cops. But, and I have no doubt that we'll see more of it, but I would just like to see some. And again, same for Lopez, like even though they don't work together a lot, like it'd be nice to see how they navigate it, like especially for Lopez, like who's staying home, or like, baby Jack is sick, like, one of them has to stay
especially
home or
since they have
something.
2 kids now.
Yeah.
To worry about.
Yeah. Like I would just like to kind of see how their personal life like can affect their work life sometimes. So and then how they deal with that. And then of course Chenford and the whole team, like same for the rookie feds, just doing things out together besides work.
Yeah,
I
because we
mean,
saw
Gray
them like
could,
leave for the party
yeah,
in the season 1 finale, but I wanted to
yeah,
see Simone's party.
I know. Well, in like the Thanksgiving episode, like that will just always stick out of my mind. Like we just need more found family moments like that. I mean, if it takes Gray or Garza like planning a baseball game team outing, then that's what it takes. Like I would be here for that. I would get all of my favorite people at a baseball game. Chenford can be all cute, because everyone knows that they're dating. They could like do a crossover with the rookie feds for that, some kind of team bonding thing. And then even maybe someone makes a crack about like, oh well, Tim and Lucy don't have to bond anymore or something, they're already like bonded good, something like that. I don't know, but yeah. So and then it's not really a wish list item for Chenford, but one for Laura. Like I don't know, I know you like her outfits and I do too for the most part, but there's some where I'm like, I don't know, like I don't know where she would find those. I don't know. I know she's supposed to be a little bit funky and like, her style is supposed to be like that, but and I know she's not going to be as polished as like, well, she's not going to be as polished as an FBI agent, but I loved Sandra's wardrobe and how it was like sleek and polished, but then again, like she's a public defender, like as a FBI agent, she's not going to be like that. So
you can't go by me because Britt Robertson could wear like a paper bag and like still make it work, in my opinion. So
I mean, not that I don't like it, but yeah, some of them I'm just like, well, and her hair was like always down. Granted, she can't always have her hair down as an FBI agent, but yeah, I don't know. I just
it was just a little more relaxed. Like I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, again, not for Jennifer, but like, can we just see more of the court DA stuff for Wesley? Like, I know that's not what The Rookie is about, and he's not the main premise of it, but like, you can't tell me that more of those cases don't involve Wesley in some way. Like, I just want to see more of my man. Like, let's incorporate him in his suit and his blue eyes in some way, please. But yeah, so yeah, that's about it for my parallels. I'm just I just need to like binge watch The Rookie or something. Like, that's definitely doable. But yeah, so any other notes on this episode?
I don't think so. But I mean, yeah, people should really go check it out. I mean, it's fun. Like, because I was going into it, I was like, oh, okay, I'm just like, gonna watch this for Britt, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I was, but I was just like, oh, this is really good. Like, I was pleasantly surprised. So
yeah, I think the main takeaway is just go binge the show. Just go watch it. Yeah, it's fun. It's a nice watch. And yeah, I mean, the episodes are like what, 45 minutes long or something. Like, so. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for this episode of Shop Talk. Or, as we said before, our summer hiatus schedule will continue to be a little spread out with summer activities taking over. In general, just life taking over. I mean, this entire month of June has just been like, what even is it? Yeah. Literally. So, but yeah, we'll be sure to let you know when we're dropping a new episode, though. With that said, though, if you'd like to hear us talk about something, send us a DM on Twitter at the Shop Talk Pod _ or email us at shoptalktherookiepodcast@gmail.com. We definitely want to cover more of the actor's previous work, and really just like anything that either Alexi has done or just like really just anything. So, I mean, if there's something that we should cover sooner rather than later, definitely let us know. And yeah. Some other places that you can find us this summer are on TikTok at the Shop Talk Podcast _ I definitely need to get better about posting on there. Definitely fallen off, but no, it's fine. And then individually on Twitter as well, I'm at jstark804.
And I'm at Kari Hyman.
And in the meantime, you guys can stream both seasons of For the People on Hulu. And yeah. ABC is airing like late night reruns of The Rookie. Cool. I always forget which night, but yeah, there's been a few nights where like I turned on ABC late at night and I'm like, oh, Tim Bradford. Hi, how are you?
That's like literally the only time I've been watching Castle.
Yeah.
More of recently, it's like literally like 2:00 in the morning because Lifetime has it on.
That's something else that I need to get started on binging. I've been told that I need to binge Station 19 and Castle by my friends. They're like, you have to binge that. That is your homework for the summer. I'm like, I know, I just haven't had time. But yeah, so. But yeah, I mean, everyone enjoy 4th of July if you celebrate. Do you have any fun plans?
Not really. I'll be off work, so that's my plan is
that's
to just
fun.
Like chill.
Yeah.
Not be at work for once.
That's fun. So, yeah, no. Yeah, just watching fireworks. I have to work the 3rd, so yeah, that's fun.
I do too. That's the first time in like 5 years I've had to work the 3rd and the 5th because like last year we were closed.
Yeah.
On the 5th as well. So
yeah. So but yeah, I mean, everyone have a good 4th of July and we'll be back with a new episode soon. Bye everyone.
Bye guys.
Go get 'em, boo.